the HLE, a lot of threat onto DRX's backline. I think significantly more so than in reverse, but there is that Aurora. We'll have to see what Rascal can do in this top lane matchup. I don't think DRX are in too much trouble with how the draft has panned out.
But he can fall into troubles in the lane, see whether Rascal can capitalize. Let's jump into the Rift playoffs. Rascal is standing on a ward, ladies and gentlemen.
He might end up just dying.
He could potentially be dead, but he's not dead right now, as Delight comes on over and says he is going to be dead. His flash is still up, but first blood goes to Zeka. Delight is standing still.
You know, obviously with the nerfs to lane swap, it's not as advantageous as it used to be, but if you catch a team off guard, you can be super punishing, and that's kind of the impact
backs, as oftentimes there are jungle top laners that do want to try and pick up this wave. They can sneak in there, can be an opportunity. This time it's going to be a teleport used, and now Delight and Viper still sticking around, might be able to capitalize. Only level 2 here for Rascal, who does look to try and get a kill back, and he will be successful. Doran has to flash to avoid dying. That's best possible scenario. Swifty's rushed very, very quickly on the Jhin. Not something he's opted in for this time around, wants the extra damage.
More expensive now, though.
That is very, very true.
So before, if you had 900 gold, you get pickaxe or 50s. It's now 1,000.
Yeah.
So maybe that was a difference maker.
Well, Doran is going to find a stun onto Sponge. Peanut with the cease and desist does come on through. Flash out, Arctic Assault with the flash after, and the ulti comes through from Rascal, unable to save the boar and the lady. And Vi is going to be able to pick that one up. Nice work there, Peanut, and he's on the board now as well.
He doesn't have ult, but he's just picked up Sundered Sky, and
he just flashes on top of him and makes sure he stuns up the Sejuani. Sponge in so much trouble. Humble Life Esports, this was hectically decisive. Doran's going to pick it up with a shuriken, and they're going to go for 6 grubs on top of it.
Love the confidence from Zekis.
That would be fantastic if Sponge could get his hand on quite a few of those, but Leona as well would be unkillable. They can stack this one up. A lot of power in the mountain just in general, and I actually think that I often talk about tanks when the mountain is revealed, but it does so much for champions like Vi, as you're gonna have to hold that thought. Slicing Maelstrom does come in here as Rascal in a bit of trouble, was tanking up the turret for a bit, but they swap that over to Sponge. He is going to be able to lock down that kill vision.
The light goes the Blood Song, the bloodthirsty support.
Oh, I love that.
He knows he's going to be tanky, right? He's a Leona. He's like, I want to do more damage.
Yeah, let me get the Mountain Soul so that I can be even more tanky and then do a little bit of damage. You'll love to see that. Peanut going to be able to get a little bit of a charge here, as now Sponge could be in trouble. Ballbreaker comes in, stacking up the denting blows quite nicely, but Sponge able to get himself out of there, holds on to the flash. As Viper wanting to try and finish off this turret. Glacial Prison does come down. That auto attack not enough, but the next one is going to connect. The chains go all over the place, but they got what they were looking for here as Rascal misses everything. Oh, does manage to hit the Q onto Zeka as he throws down the ulti. Zeka gets over the wall. His clone not so lucky, but his clone doesn't matter to grab the cannon. He'll head home, might even be able to put a new item together as well. We'll see what he does purchase. Dash cannon already done. There's a needlessly large rod there as well, as Zeka diving forward once again. Chain going to go wide. Needs to start hitting a few more of these as the teleport in comes down from Doran. A flank angle, definitely an option, and he's got so much vision power here as well. DRX all kind of stacked up towards his bottom side. As the Q's not quite connecting, he's still in the fog of war. And Puddock trying to get himself into position, and we just need to see some patience from Doran right now in the banana brush, but he can move on over. There's the curtain call. That might be the time for Doran to come over as Pleta. He gets flashed over the top of the exhaust, still comes in, but Rascal's dead. Somehow Sponge dies to the lightning rat as well, but this was over before it even really started. Homer will also get themselves soul point.
Beautiful flash.
And there it is, 2 item spike now done.
Pleta and Sponge set up a little trap and might have walked into one themselves.
Oh, the arrow is going to connect onto Satab. The dash forward from Zeka, he'll connect the chains, but it is broken immediately by the Valkyrie. Great pulverize. He's going to come through as Zeka trying to get out of there. Sponge looking to chase him down, and now Rascal flashes in. He finds the Q, puts Peanut in a circle. And Peanut just able to get himself out of there with a Vault Breaker. The curtains are being called. Peanut trying to get into the right position. Cease and Assist comes down. Somehow he avoids the curtain calls, and Solar Flare is going to come in. Peanut finally goes down, and Doran is going to be denied here as the inner turret is going to fall. Viper still alive though, trying to keep them interested, and Viper's auto's really starting to hurt. But that was a big one for DRX. Oh, Tap going in. Don't know about that one. As Sponge, he's pretty low, as is Putter. And Humble, they're still looking for this, still trying to find the angle. A teleport is respawning in 1 second's time. Doran goes boom, but if they bought the time for a triple kill for Zeka, that's the question. As they dash in, Viper's looking for more. They didn't need the LeBlanc. Viper just cleans them up.
Triple kill for Viper. Pretty quiet game from him up until this point. And you can sense the looming doom for DRX. They end up...
That's sort of where we're standing right now. There's the teleport in. Pretty obvious one. And he has turned up. He's on vision. But now the curtain call. Oh, that was the wrong timing as Satab's just going to blow up like a balloon. Doran's in trouble now as the knockups are decent. As Zeka's still just toying with them. Sponge on the wrong side of the fight. And Viper will not let him get away. As DRX with only 3 members left alive and no way of getting towards his Dragon Pit.
Yeah, you have a Aurora who's also a bursty champion.
Doran is going to press his R button. Arrow connects onto Rascal, and the rest of Hanwha are moving up. Zeka just says goodnight to Rascal, and the cease and desist letter is sent towards Satab. He's trying to Valkyrie his way out. Pleta, he has an unbreakable will, but he doesn't have an unbreakable Nexus, I don't think. Not in this game, as Sponge is going to get corralled towards his. Puddock also gets towards the inner turret, but he's not helping. Not any way whatsoever. And I think this could be a Baron or whatever else Humble Life Esports decides they want to take.
Yeah, it's really up to them. Kill people in 4 shots. So
a better Jhin.
Yeah, at this point.
Oh goodness, it's not great. Jhin from behind feels pretty terrible. To be perfectly honest, not quite as bad as the lethality variety. But now Sponge looking for an option, and the cannon lasted a lot longer than I expected there. But still, it's a really nice pickoff from DRX. They're now trying to push further forward. The Solar Flare comes down. Rascal's in trouble. Cease and Assist comes in, and Viper just happily shooting everyone. Somehow he lives. That is Mountain Soul difference, baby. Even after the flash forward, he walks his way towards the enemy base.
He's just...
Oh, captive audience.
Man. Oh, the Jhin jump!
He's still got the shield back. It's fine.
Okay, he's good. He's good. Clearly.
It was almost really exciting and interesting, and then it was not.
He is just the tankiest Ashe we have seen.
Yeah, 6-0-13. 19 out of 22 kills he's been a part of.
He could have died there, and they would have still won the game.
Oh, yeah.
But he didn't.
He is not going to let that go on to his record. That is for this team. And we're going to have a look at the post-game breakdown. He did the most damage in the game and double that of his Jhin opposition.
I just think when Viper's at his best, it's, you know, it's not just that he's playing AD carry well, it's just he looks untouchable. It looks like skill shots, it's almost comical how far away they are from him because he's... Maybe it's... I guess it's Corky top.
Yeah, or I think it's LeBlanc top, personally.
Are they going to swap last second?
That's what I'm kind of feeling, but it could be an equalizer off.
Yeah, maybe they want to avoid the Corky Lucian matchups. They're like, that's why they're swapping this way.
Yeah.
Let's see. Time is ticking.
Yeah, I think they're locked in. So it is going to be a top lane Corky. The scissors. Who is going to pick rock and who's going to pick paper or scissors? Let's find out. Excited to see how he does go, though. As Zeka here would press the attack in the mid lane. We have seen some of these Lucians play a little bit Peanut, who is now in the enemy jungle, making friends with that. There is a Lee Sin that is coming on over to see what Zeka's doing, but Zeka can move on towards his teammate. There's the dash in, and he just gets first blood. Sponge might be able to kill Zeka here, and he will, but that's first blood and an assist going over to
Humble.
Perhaps it wasn't, though. I'm abandoning you, bye-bye. That's what Peanut said.
Oh, wait, look at this.
Arrow available from Viper. The Light, not really the target that they want to go for, as the Eclipse is now down. And it looks like after no grubs have actually been taken yet. And Humble Life Esports do take hold of the area, and an equalizer is up and available. First grub goes over to Peanut. Now the equalizer is going to stop the retreat from DRX. as Viper does need to use the cleanse, but Pletter is just dead. And they're utilizing these brushes so beautifully. The Flame Spitter, oh god, the culling. And Rascal has to flash away. Still, Satab goes in, gets a lot of damage, but he doesn't quite have enough. Deadly Flourish comes down, Q connects from Sponge. And he isn't going to be able to stay there to lock that one down. Only one grub goes to Humble Life Esports. And a couple picked up here by DRX.
Oh, man.
Okay, Rascal. He's going to get flashed on here by Delight. And Rascal now moving the wrong direction and will just be destroyed. There he goes.
Well,
Doran picks up that kill.
Zone Viper completely, we weren't going to see more.
In the meantime, you've got Satab connecting a Sigil of Malice here. He's now taking the tree for a walk, and I don't think the Trigger Seed's going to be enough there. That is a kill going over to Satab and DRX. This is going better than game one.
Yeah, that's what we see the Krugs doing. Just kind of, like, you know, they don't even do anything. They're just chilling.
Well, I mean, they are doing things. We just don't really know what they're doing when they're just having conversations with each other, not moving. As Daisy is now going to get involved in this team fight. Arrow going to connect. Pulverize is onto the Jhin as Puddock. He does have the barrier, but I don't know whether that's going to be enough to save him here as Viper has everything stacked up. Sponge trying to get in there, and the Deadly Flourish comes down, but it's avoided by Viper. Trigger Seed comes in. The kick is good, but not good enough. And Humble Life Esports going to win the fight.
Yeah, really solid engage there. The arrow from Viper is good. Oh.
Okay, the Dragon going to get mad.
Hit.
Honeyfruit, 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 Honeyfruit.
Yeah, and you're okay.
Yeah, not enough, and Puddock not going to be there with too much more there as well, as 4 grubs go over to Humble Life Esports as we come out of the replay. Daisy! Oh no! It's going to be the Unbreakable Will of Delight though, and the Equalizer goes down more like giving a carpet for Delight. And yes, unfortunately, Daisy is going to go down. That is what you get for leaving the Krug pit.
One for O then in that fight. You know, we count Daisy.
As Peanut, not going to be able to make friends of these, but Delight is going to come in. The root collar working out really nicely. The kick, not going to get Delight over the wall, but Sponge is going to be able to get out as Satab's in trouble. Arrow sails through. The Deadly Flourish, the curtains have been called, and Peanut, he is not going to make a visit towards Sponge there, and that will be the fight disengaged. In the river, does it ever make a burn? As Viper puts down a ward, Zeka puts down a ward, and DRX are going to immediately clear it. And this top lane out of turret should be falling down.
Oh, Daisy's
or at least taking some damage. Yeah, Daisy's going to make her way in, gets the information, and isn't too psyched about that information, as she's going to dash in towards Pletter. Satab looking for an angle, and they might be able to take another plate here towards the top side, but I think Daisy and the gang are going to be able to get this one done.
8 Days. I guess. I feel like in a 5v5 I have a lot more faith in Humble Life Esports, but it really comes down to execution, of course, so we'll see what they can do. That's an Alistair.
That is an Alistair. There is a Zeka here as well, as Headbutt is going to pull Delight over. That is Peanut's friend. Please do not hurt that blue buff. As Doran is over here, and he wants to get a little bit of help from Shelly to take down this outer turret. And it looks like Humble Life Esports just don't really care about this dragon that will be taken here by Sponge. Next one going to be a Chemtech Soul. Oh, sorry, that's on me, because I told you not to worry about it. It's going to be a Cloud Drake, and then let your guard down.
And that's so rough for DRX.
Yeah.
They have 2 dragons in the bag, and then it's Chemtech. So
it's a bit of a tragedy.
One
will be the trade towards the end. Zeka is once again moving in. There's the dash out. Culling. Ooh, gets the flash. Good arrow position there from Viper. And oh, did Zeka lose health? I didn't notice, says Peanut. As the Solar Flare comes down, Pletter with the Eclipse, doing a decent amount of work here. But once again, the passive is going to get procced from Satab. It's going to be harder and harder for him to distort his way in. And this is inner turret falling down at 19.5 minutes. That's a pretty fast pace for this Chemtech Drake. Wanting to deny the soul point as well. His Headbutt just gets Pletter away. Solar Flare flashed here by Doran. Satab looking to try and take down Delight. Good electrocute proc there, landing everything. And the cow is out of the fight. That could mean that there's an angle here for DRX to make a fight happen. Banana Brush control has been taken, as Zeka gets himself a blue buff for the team. And the curtains have been called. Arrow's going to sail in, and it connects. The Equalizer's down as well. Drake will be secured by DRX, but Daisy gets the 3-man knock-up. Look at those mechanics from the NPC. You love to see it. As Sponge will be taken down there as well. Puddock at 100 health. Not going to be sticking around for any fight, and it's the jungler that dies.
That's enough, you know, jungler down. I don't think Humble Life Esports care that they didn't get the dragon, but they certainly will take the Baron. You can see
right now. All right, Arrow is going to come down as Satap almost distorts into it. That was almost an incredibly sick play. As the equalizer comes down, it's just going to be a warning as Ekka's going to cancel the culling. That wasn't great. Rascal's in the mid lane, Corky. And Life Esports have some buffed up minions that are just moving down bot side, and Doran has come back.
Space race, right? I mean...
Well, curtains are being called here as Delight tanks up the first one. Daisy eats a chain. There's the pulverize onto Pleta. And Viper is just raining the autos in. Did they take damage? The answer is no, because Redemption exists. Satap down to 50%, and this inhibitor turret is just more than destroyed.
Rascal, I think he's given up on the base race. It was so close.
Yeah, no, it was close. He's going to be into this fight, but the inhibitor's dead. That's like, what did I miss, guys? And the answer to that question is everything. As he comes down and clears out the wave. Not necessarily going to be good enough here, as we've got a minute left on this Baron. Inner turret up and available in the mid lane, but maybe not for much longer. The minion wave is going to be wiped out. That is certainly going to be helpful here for DRX. 3,000 gold on the Red Bull Baron power play, though, as Rascal don't face check. Okay, well, he gets the information that Daisy and Delight waiting in that brush as Rascal get poked out here by Zek. It does offer a fair bit back. And Viper clearing out some vision. Life, I don't think they're going to be able to break the phalanx just yet.
They should stop doing it. Yeah.
Not what it's about. The arrow is going to sail through Daisy. Oh, connects onto the Jhin. Oh no! Again, Puddock is just not allowed to play the game. I'm imagining it here. His name is Psyduck in Korean, guys. And he just went, and he died. That's what happened.
That is pretty much what happened.
He's like, I'm confused about it, but it's like, it's not on him. All right, Satap gonna dive in on top of Doran. Yes, the electrocute goes off, but not really much more than that.
Yeah, and I just feel like this game is just a looming death for DRX, you know.
It's feeling like it as Daisy dashes forward. Massive pulverize, special delivery, but Spongy's able to at least get a cute little kickback. The wallets are too heavy, though. There is nothing that's going to stop Life Esports from taking down this inhibitor. And they may just win the game right here. Baron or no, they are ready to go home. And Daisy getting to work on the first Nexus turret. Curtain's getting called here as Peanut relatively low. Doran will be executed, but now not a lot left in the tank, and Viper is raining hell down upon them. Rascal, 50% health in the tank for him. And Hanwha, I think, might call it here, but I think a lot of the damage has been done. 23 seconds. Punishing when you've got a Baron on the mind.
This game is pretty doomed, though, but I do have a fun fact for you.
Oh, Daisy! Oh. She just ganked the jungler!
Daisy's just the goat.
Daisy is so good at this game, man!
She's carrying. Daisy's just carrying.
Holy! The minions are going to disappear, and Life Esports may win the game, which is something worth considering.
Yeah, but Rascal, this is your time to base race, you know? Oh, no.
True.
Gave up on it.
Well, he's going to turn up to watch his base get partially destroyed here as the last inhibitor is going to be taken. The bottom one has respawned. And, you know, the Baron was sort of taken as an afterthought. You didn't even really notice when that one went down, but I think it was just after Sponge died. As we're going to check out Satap going in, trying to kill Zeka. It's not going to work because look at those heals. And the shielding that is coming on through here. First Nexus turret does go down. The next one is not exactly healthy. And there's a massive pulverize once again from Delight. Give this guy any engaged support and he's going to look like an absolute god. As Viper raining these autos down, Puddock is going to be forced onto the fountain. And Viper can't go against a fountain laser, as it turns out. And the Nexus now exposed. Life Esports distracted by this Corky that is trying to run back and take down the inhibitor turret that he'd gotten to work on, and Life Esports will take the 2-0 very comfortably. That is the Daisy.
So is a Daisy called Marguerite in French?
Yeah, so Marguerite is the name of a daisy in French.
Shows how little I know about French. Yeah.
And there we go. That shows that Ji-sun is way smarter than us, because she just told us that information.
Yeah, people are probably listening.
2024 LCK Summer 오늘의 두
Thank you
번째
very much,
매치
guys.
하나생명과
This is Jason
DRX의
for the
대결에서
PUG interview
하나생명이
translation,
승리하고
and
플레이오프 2라운드에
this time joined by Viper and Peanut
선수,
on the
피넛
side of
선수와
Hana Life
인터뷰
Esports
나눠보겠습니다.
after
승리
taking
축하드립니다.
down DRX. Congratulations on the win, guys.
네, 하나생명 리브랜딩 이후
Congratulations on being the first time to directly advance to the second round of the playoffs since the Hana Life Esports rebranding. How do you feel about this regular season? I'm very glad that we managed to confirm second place, and it gives us a lot more time to prepare for a lot of different strategies, so I'm very happy.
정규 시즌 잘 하고 있는 것 같아서 굉장히 만족스럽고
I'm happy that we have been doing a great job throughout the regular season.
좀 시간을
Also,
확보했다고 생각이
yeah,
들어서
it gives
그래도
us a lot of time so that we can, utilize it really well.
파이퍼 선수 1세트 오로라
Viper. So in the first game, Hana Life opened Aurora to the enemy side and then initiated a lane swap early on, showing a great strategy. What kind of discussion did you have?
수업을 할수
Once we
있으면
saw the
하고
Aurora
싶다고 했고,
lock-in,
그
we were planning
과정에서
for the lane swap.
저희끼리 좀 소통을
And
잘
we had a lot of
해가지고,
communication during the draft phase.
좀 잘 된 것 같습니다.
And then it
어떻게.
turned out very nicely.
이런 이야기를 해주셨습니다. 오늘 바이퍼 선수의 애쉬
And
카이팅 능력이
Viper,
엄청
your
돋보였는데요.
kiting skills with
원딜의
Ash
신이었던
were
그 장면 저희가
incredible.
준비했습니다.
So let's take a look at this replay where you were
사실
able
이때
to just,
DRX의
know,
저력도 만만치 않았던
show the
상황이었는데
pick AD
한타
carry
선수 어떻게
performance.
이 전에 제가 기억하기로 아마
So
제가
prior to
공을
this
맞춰가지고
moment, if I
네.
remember correctly,
열렸던 것 같은데
I landed my ults and the team fight started, and it was actually a very bad angle for us. I was feeling really sorry to my team. And then after that, this follow-up fight, I managed to, pick up kills, but I don't really think I did a, great job over there. Just LeBlanc was like a little bit going forward, so we had to kind of follow up, and then we managed to at least clean up the team fight in the end. How do you play? What do you focus on when you play Ash, and how do you kite so well like that? So if you're confident in your, Ash proficiency, you'll pretty much find an angle, and also you can ask your teammates to, go in for you, kind of front line for you. And this time, my teammates are doing a fantastic job, so I was able to do my role as an AD carry. And when you're playing Ash, the most important thing is getting the laning priority. And also, you have to be able to get as much as information possible with your hawk shot. You have to keep getting vision and gather information. Then, do you think your Ash performance was on point and went as you thought? In fact, I did shoot a lot of arrows, so people might think that I landed a lot of them, but there are a lot of arrows that I actually missed as well. So if you throw a lot of shots, you'll get some of those. Now moving on to the second game, we had Quirky Top locked in. Did you see that coming? Not really, but we kind of thought Quirky would be a viable lane swap pick, so we kind of had that in mind. Then how did Doran react to that top Quirky pick? Nothing special. And Peanut. Well, Ivern was not one of your favorite picks, A lot of people were excited to see you play Shyvana, but you decided to play Ivern. With the 14.15 patch, Shyvana is no longer viable. And then Ivern. A lot of teams are using it as a meta pick, and I thought it was pretty strong and viable, so I wanted to give it a shot today. And then early on in the game too, you were about to help Lucian, and then you kind of actually turned to the side and then, I'm gonna abandon you fighting. Why did that happen? So I was like trying to help him, and then I did everything I could do, I poured all of my skills, and I could still not stop Lucian from dying, so I was like, adios, I'm leaving. I tried my best. And there was the Daisy highlight at around 20 minutes into the game. Daisy was able to spot the Lee Sin when he was trying to sneakily get back to base. I mean, it was completely dark for Lee Sin, so he had no vision around that alcove, so it was almost like a horror movie. So he was actually exposed to our vision once when he was like heading towards top, so Our only guess was like he would be somewhere hiding in that alcove.
자, 이제 다음 주에 BNKPRX와 젠지를 만나게
And
됩니다.
next week,
어떤 부분에서
Hana
집중해서
Live
남은 정규
face
경기를
BNKPRX
임하실 건지
and
바이퍼
Gen
선수부터
G.
각오 들어보겠습니다.
What will you focus on in the
그래서
remaining
남은
regular
두 팀 다
season matches?
요즘 최근 경기력이
Both of them
굉장히
are having a
좋다고
great
생각하고
momentum right now in the LCK.
힘든 싸움이 될 것
It's gonna
같은데
be a
정규
tough
시즌
match for us,
마지막이니만큼 좋은
but
기억으로
since it's the
만나고
last week of
싶어서
the regular
최선을
season, I
다해서
want to make sure that we
하겠습니다.
end the
네,
season
피넛
on a
선수도
strong note.
부탁드립니다.
네, 저도 기세 좋은 두 팀이랑
Yeah, I
붙게
also
돼서
agree that they
잘
are
준비해야 될 거라는
showcasing a
생각이
great
들고요.
performance
또
recently, so we
프로전이기도
gotta work our
하니까
best. And this is gonna be our last kind of checkup before the
잘
playoffs, so
유지하면서
we want to make sure
경기를
that
하는 게
we
중요할 것
maintain
같아요.
our best
네,
form.
저도 함께 응원하도록 하겠습니다. 그리고 오늘은 특별히
And today we have a special kind of a segment with the Hana Live players to celebrate Hana Live securing second place in the regular season, so the POGs will introduce the rankings themselves.
승리하면서 2024 LCK
Hana
정규
Live
시즌 2위를
secured second
확정지었고요.
place in the 2024 LCK Summer regular season with today's 2-0 victory. I just read off the script, right? Yeah, of course. This marks the first direct advancements to the second round of the playoffs in the team's history, so we aim to reach even greater heights. Thank you very much for your hard work and also congratulations on the victory. And this will be the end of the POG interview with Peanut Viper and back to the space. Thank you.